We have breaking news. The Knicks have just signed forward Chuma Okeke to a deal. We're going to break down the details of why the Knicks signed him and potentially what this could mean for Precious Achiuwa and his role for the Knicks next season. We're going to break down these latest reports and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks have just signed Chuma Okeke to a deal. Now, we don't know the exact details of the deal yet. We don't even know how much it's worth. If it's a non-guaranteed deal, if they use all of the mid-level exception to sign him, we're going to get those details as they come out, and we'll make more videos as we get those details. But as of right now, I want to break down the latest reports from Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype about the Knicks and them signing Okeke. According to this latest report, the New York Knicks have agreed to a deal with Chuma Okeke. Okeke averaged 6.3 points and 3.7 rebounds in 20.3 minutes in 4 seasons with the Orlando Magic. At 25 years old, the former 16th pick in the 2019 NBA draft has potential untapped upside. And if you were wondering the type of player that he is a great defender. Now he's 6'6", maybe 6'7", depending on where you're looking at, so he's not that tall. Because of the fact that Knicks have signed him and his height, you gotta say at this point, Precious Achiuwa is absolutely penciled in as the backup center for this Knicks roster. And according to Ian Begley, at this point in time, that's exactly how the Knicks see him. According to Ian Begley of SNY, he reports, for now, you can pencil in Achuiwa and Jericho Sims as the Knicks backup bigs behind Mitchell Robinson. The Knicks still have a taxpayer mid-level exception, 2 years, $10 million in total, to offer free agents, and they have that open roster spot. Well, they had that open roster spot. Now, they just gave that to Chuma. With regards to the money they have left, we don't know how much money they signed them for yet, so we're still going to have to wait on those details. But Begley continues here by stating, New York had also been exploring potential trades for centers such as Walker Kessler and Atlanta's Clint Capella. With Achiuwa on board, the Knicks are now $7.6 million, maybe now a little bit less now that they've signed Chuma Okeke, below the NBA's second apron threshold. New York is hard capped at the second apron for the 2024-2025 season. As we just heard Ian Begley confirm, at this point in time, if they don't do anything else, Precious Achiuwa will be the backup to Mitchell Robinson. And he's likely going to be the backup right after Robinson, not Jericho Sims. Now, if something happens to Mitchell Robinson, then maybe you'll see Precious Achiuwa and then some Jericho Sims. But Sims is likely going to get no time to start the season. Those minutes are firmly right now going to Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa. And with this signing of Chuma Okeke and his size, 6'7", he is not going to be playing any backup center for this Knicks team. He is a good defender. He might play some minutes at the backup 4 position. But if we've seen anything from Obi Toppin, if you're playing the backup 4 spot, your minutes are likely going to be limited. So if you're asking me, is this kid going to play significant time? I don't think so. Tom Thibodeau is rolling out a 9-man rotation. He might expand it to a 10-man rotation. But if he does, those minutes are going to go to a guard, likely Cam Payne or Tyler Kolek. Whoever impresses in training camp, that's likely who's going to get those minutes. They're not going to go to any forward on this team. Unless a situation calls for it, he's not going to get any legitimate time. Let's break down a couple of information points about the Knicks and their newest signing in Chuma Okeke. He's 25 years old, from Georgia. He's 6'7", from Auburn University. His teams that he played for were the Orlando Magic, and of course, he played for their G League roster as well, too. As Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype stated as well, he was the 16th pick in the first round of the 2019 draft. He does have a lot of upside, a lot of untapped potential. He really couldn't realize it playing in Orlando. They already have a young roster, a lot of good players on that team. It was unlikely he was going to see any significant time. So the fact that the Knicks picked him up and grabbed him, that is a very good thing. Because again, I believe The Knicks are preparing to make a major move happen come the trade deadline. They're going to use Precious Achiuwa. They're going to use whoever they sign with their mid-level exception, any other players they can use, and of course, those protected picks to try to upgrade at the center position. Right now, it's clear. If you look at the roster top to bottom, the center position is the weakest because it has a question mark on it. And that question mark is Mitchell Robinson and how many games he's going to play for the Knicks this upcoming season. Is he going to miss 25 games? Is he going to miss 30 games? How many games is he going to miss? Because depending on that, we're going to have to go to our backups. We're going to have to go to Precious Achiuwa, and we're going to have to go to Jericho Sims. And the Knicks do not want to have to go to those backups unless they have to, unless they're forced to. Hopefully, Robinson can last all the way up to the trade deadline, and then maybe at that point in time, the Knicks can make some more magic happen and get a legit starting center on this team. And even if he's a starting center, but he's going to be playing backup minutes to Mitchell Robinson once he joins this team, I have no problem with that. Because if Mitchell Robinson goes down, that means that backup already know what it feels like to play starter minutes. And that is a good thing. We do not have that player on this roster right now, and we need it. It's a sorely needed spot right now, and the Knicks will never be able to fill it in free agency. No matter who they go after, no matter who they target, it will all be insurance, and that's it. This signing with Chuma Okeke, it's not anything significant in my point of view. For me, it's more insurance in case somebody goes down, in case we're dealing with injuries. Then we can plug somebody else in and hopefully have them play some significant minutes and have them play a role on this team. And we know with Tom Thibodeau, once you understand your role on this team and you buy into what Thibs is saying, you can have an impactful time on this roster. Precious Achiuwa is a shining example of that. Wasn't really doing anything once he joined the Knicks, but because of the situation, he got minutes, he played significant minutes, and he shined. Everybody has the opportunity during the season for that time to happen. And once your number is called, you have to show up. Hartenstein did it. He got paid. Precious Achiuwa did it, and he got a little bit more money than he was expected to get. This Knicks team right now is 9 men deep. Those are the guys that are going to see the most minutes on the floor. And maybe if Tom Thibodeau does explore it, he'll expand his rotation, and I believe he will, because now he has the players to go to expand that rotation. Now he has a Tyler Kolek to go to. He has a campaign to go to. He has other players on this roster that he wants to give minutes to. And the only way you do that is if you expand the roster. So I do expect that happening with Tom Thibodeau. We're going to have to wait and see what he does. But this roster is coming together very good right now, even though we don't have the legitimate center that we need. We still have the pieces that we needed all offseason long. We made the trade for Mikal Bridges. We re-signed OG Anunoby. We re-signed Jalen Brunson. We got Tom Thibodeau here. Julius Randle, he's going to remain on this team. We're not going to trade him. Maybe he doesn't get that contract extension this summer, but you know what? He's going to be in a contract year this year, and he is going to go off this season. He is going to have a monster year coming up next season, and we're all going to be witnessing greatness, not only from him, but from this Knicks team. We are built to contend with any team in the NBA right now. Now, this Chuma signing doesn't mean anything in regards to what the Knicks are going to do next season, but it goes to show you the Knicks in this front office, they understand where the need is. We need more depth at the forward position. We do, because if Mikal or OG goes down, what are we going to do? Who are we going to put there? We're going to have to force somebody to play those minutes, maybe somebody who's not used to playing those minutes. If you get players like an Okeke who is used to playing a forward position, and if the situation arises, you can put him in that position, and you don't have to force another player on this team to play a position that they would otherwise not play. And I like that. And this is what the Knicks are doing. They're giving themselves insurance in case something happens next season. And why would they do that? Oh, yeah, I know why. Because of this past season. We were dealing with so many injuries, and we were racing, trying to find other players that we could put in those positions. And it was very difficult for us. Now, signing these players, it doesn't stop injuries from happening. But if injuries do occur, Now we have another way to handle it, another way to tackle it, just until these players come back, they're fully healthy, and we can put them back in their rightful position. But if you were hoping that Precious Achiuwa would not be the backup 5 next season to Mitchell Robinson, at this point in time, I would be very worried. This signing to me all points to the fact that your backup center to Mitchell Robinson next season is Precious Achiuwa. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks signing Chuma Okeke to a deal to join this Knicks team for next season? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans. Peace.